Stop talking about rates and talk about what's important to that client. I spoke about it the other day when I talked about good objection handlers and bad objection handlers, and I use that as the example. However, I want to really drill down on this whole rate situation because I hear it all the time. I hear it with agents that I've talked to, that I'm training. I hear it on group mastermind calls from agents all over the country that rates is such a big objection. And again, there is the right way to handle it, which is not to assume why rates are the objection, but rather say what's most important to you about the rates and the current rate environment. And they'll tell you, again, if they're concerned about home prices dropping versus what the payment is. However, the majority are going to be the payment, but don't tell yourself that until you actually know the answer. Now, when that is the actual objection, here's the thing. Are people rate sensitive or are people payment sensitive? Most people are payment sensitive. If they could get the same thing for $10 and pay a 26% interest rate, they don't care as long as they can afford the $10 and that $10 is somewhere aligned with what they would otherwise be paying in rent or whatever else they're paying for. Nobody wants to pay ridiculous interest rates. I'm just using that as an exaggerated example. However, if someone's payment is in line with what they have in mind at 6%, then a 5.25%, yeah, that's great. And yeah, I'd like that lower rate too. However, it might not matter as much. What's happening is in the news media and social media and all of these other things that people are just getting all this static and noise from, they're seeing, oh, rates are high, rates are high, rates are high, right? Now I know they've come down a lot and we know that. The public perception, maybe not so much. So when it comes to them thinking about their rates and their rates being high, get into the conversation about, hey, is it the rates that you're concerned about, or is it what your monthly payment's going to be and how that impacts, your income, your affordability, and so on? And most of them are going to say, oh, it's the monthly payment. And from there, we could provide solutions. We could provide things like talking about seller concessions. We could talk about so many different options and opportunities to be able to move them forward, get them into the home that they want and deserve at the payment that they want, or if it's temporarily a little bit higher or temporarily a little bit lower, right? We have new home builds offering amazing incentives. There are so many options, but you need to know that first. So stop talking rate and start getting to the bottom of what's really concerning them.